I think Haaland is very intelligent in the way he's playing. He doesn't touch the ball more than he needs to. I see he has this killer instinct. Even if he has a hat-trick, he still wants to score the fourth goal, fifth goal. And I think he's in the perfect environment.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic spoke these words a few years ago when the entire footballing world was still trying to figure out the phenomenon of the Norwegian striker. Zlatan, being an old-school apex predator himself, saw something in Erling that the armchair critics and so-called football experts flat out refused to see. Because what have these experts been telling us all these recent years? The football world loves to doubt. They kept telling us, sure, Haaland scores dozens of goals for Manchester City, but is that really an achievement? Who wouldn't score in bunches when you have the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden putting chances on a plate for you? The critics delivered their arrogant verdict. Haaland is just a system player, a standard tap-in merchant who relies entirely on his teammates. They said, take him out of the hothouse conditions of Pep Guardiola's machine, put him in a modest Norway national team with no world-class playmakers, and this robot will instantly break down. He will never achieve anything with his country at a major tournament. Welcome to reality. Today is June 25th, 2026. The World Cup is in full swing, and right now, before our very eyes, Erling Haaland is ruthlessly destroying the biggest myth of his career. Look at the numbers. 4 goals in the first 2 matches of the tournament. A powerful brace against a resilient Senegal side, and another 2 goals dispatched into the back of the net against Iraq. Haaland didn't just come to this World Cup to make up the numbers, he came to dominate. Without the elite assists from Manchester City, without the Guardiola system, he has put an entire nation on his back and is dragging them forward, proving that a killer instinct doesn't need perfect conditions, it only needs a victim. Chapter 2: The Viking Invasion and Historic Records. And it is not just about Erling himself. Look at what is happening in the stands and across social media. The 2026 World Cup has given us the most vibrant and fearless team of the tournament. The Norway national squad and their devoted fans have literally taken over this competition. Videos of thousands of Norwegians sitting in the stands, synchronously imitating the rowing of a Viking longship, have already blown up the internet. This is not just a beautiful performance, this is a primal mentality. They are like true Vikings who have sailed to foreign shores to fight until the bitter end. And at the head of this army stands the perfect leader. A man whose statistics today are silencing every single skeptic. Those who called Haaland a mere box player are now preferring to look the other way, because the numbers are truly terrifying. Let's face the facts. Very recently, Erling Haaland smashed through the 300 career goals milestone. And you know what the scariest part is? He did it faster than Lionel Messi. He did it faster than Kylian Mbappé. And it took him 130 fewer matches than Cristiano Ronaldo to reach that figure. He is shattering the records of the greatest players in history with frightening ease. At just 25 years old, he has already obliterated the records of the English Premier League. And now he is rewriting the history of his country. By scoring a brace at this World Cup, he has taken his international goal tally to 59. 59 goals in just 52 caps. This is a phenomenal strike rate that makes him the all-time top goal scorer for the Norwegian national team. And right now, he is proving that his greatness does not depend on the color of his club shirt. Zlatan was absolutely right. Haaland doesn't need to touch the ball 100 times a match to dictate his terms. He doesn't need flashy skill moves just to get the crowd's attention. His football is pure, ruthless efficiency. One smart run, one explosive burst of pace, one strike, and the ball is in the back of the net. But the real test for this Scandinavian predator is only just beginning. Norway has already made a massive statement, but a decisive group stage match lies ahead. A battle the football world has been waiting years to see. The collision of the 2 ultimate monsters of the new generation. Norway versus France. Erling Haaland versus Kylian Mbappé. Chapter 3: The Battle for the Throne. Mbappé versus Haaland. This is no longer just a group stage match. This is a battle for the right to become the absolute face of world football for the next decade. Right before our eyes, a story is unfolding that will replace the great rivalry of Messi and Ronaldo. Two completely different styles, the elegance and explosive speed of the French superstar against the raw, primal power and mathematical precision of the Norwegian Viking. Mbappe arrives at this tournament as a man who has already held the World Cup trophy in his hands. He has a star-studded French squad behind him and the status of the most dangerous player on the planet. But Haaland approaches this encounter with the hunger of a man who has been told his entire career that his national team is too weak for greatness. And now, with an army of Vikings roaring behind him and 4 goals in 2 matches to his name, he is ready to prove the world wrong. Many legends of the past often try to downplay the achievements of young players. They say that football has changed, that scoring has become easier, but not Zlatan. Ibrahimovic, one of the most egocentric players in football history, found the courage to acknowledge Haaland's greatness back when it wasn't the popular opinion. Zlatan saw in him a reflection of that exact same killer instinct that he possessed himself. They really didn't listen. They laughed at his awkward running style, called him a cyborg, and waited for him to finally stumble. But Haaland didn't break. He just kept doing what he does best, scoring goals with terrifying consistency. The 2026 World Cup is putting everything in its rightful place. Erling Haaland is not a product of Guardiola's system. He is the system, a system built to destroy opponents. And if the French national team and Kylian Mbappé think they are in for an easy ride in the upcoming match, they should go back and watch that Zlatan interview one more time. And this time, they need to listen carefully. Let me know in the comments who you think will come out on top in the duel between Haaland and Mbappe, and how far Norway can go in this World Cup. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to drop a like and subscribe to Aura 90. This has been Football Stories. Catch you in the next one.